Go. After a long night of basketball, we are here to talk about it. All of the close games. We had one, two, three, four, about 6 games I want to talk about. There's a decent slate on today. I know the image looks a little weird, but it is what it is. You're just going to have to deal with it. I don't know why the resolution is like that, but yeah, we're going to start by talking about my Celtics, obviously. Anytime my Celtics are in a good game, I'll talk about them first. Get it out of the way. So yeah, Jason Tatum leads a rally in the fourth. The Celtics snap a 2-game home losing streak, which is obviously super uncharacteristic, but they win by 6. And obviously the Celtics began the season unbeatable in TD Garden, and now we're looking kind of sorry a little bit as of late. Obviously we haven't really slowed down. We're still 36-11. We're still the best team in the East by like 4 games. But yeah, Jason Tatum got to the rim a lot. I mean, just smooth offense for him. He was just doing it again and again and again for our offense. Just a huge part of us winning. Really good shots for Zion. Like, I haven't really watched the Pelicans that much this year, but I have never realized just how good of a finisher at the rim Zion is. He's amazing. Brandon Ingram was getting to the rim. This was a game of, like, going to the rim. There wasn't as much three-point shooting, you know. It was kind of cool to watch. Obviously, yeah, Zion Williamson put up 26. You get 28 from Brandon Ingram while shooting 50%. I'm not going to lie, Herb Jones doesn't really seem that substantial. Like, if this team wants to beat good teams in the NBA, I'm not saying Herb Jones is a bad player. I just don't think he's, like, very substantial to success for this team. And they really don't have any other options. Like, what are they going to do? Play Jeremiah Robinson Earl or EJ Liddell? Like, that's not happening. And obviously, like, guys like Najee Marshall off the bench aren't doing enough either. But no doubt the Celtics played good. Jason Tatum put up 28 and 10. You get 20 points for Drew Holiday shooting 60% from 3. He definitely stepped up. He's had a pretty slow start to the season, but actually a really good game for him. Jaylen Brown had 22 and 11. So yeah, shout out to the Celtics for getting it done. We have a back-to-back. We've had a tough schedule. We're playing another team, the Pacers, tomorrow, and I'll go over some more good games for that day. But let's move on to the Kings and the Grizzlies. And you gotta give the Grizzlies credit. They stay in a lot of games. I talk about them on the channel a lot. Domantas Sabonis has a career-high 26 rebounds. The Kings shut out the Grizzlies late. They win by 9. Insane game for Domantas Sabonis. And yeah, you see him on my All-Star list. And I'm not going to lie, my All-Star list is definitely flawed a little bit, and I would be down to revise it a little bit and maybe post on Twitter if you guys want. But yeah, obviously Domantas Sabonis having the best rebounding game of his career, obviously still scoring at a high level. Great scoring for De'Aaron Fox. I mean, those two complement each other so well. One of the most underrated duos in the league. They play basketball the right way. That's all there is to it. Obviously, the Grizzlies are full of injuries, so you can't really expect them to be that successful. Yeah, Sabonis just getting to the rim. Obviously, David Roddy was hitting all sorts of tough shots for the Grizzlies, and Scottie Pippen Jr. out there dishing the rock, and Santi Aldama was hitting threes. Triple J obviously kind of got cooked by Sabonis, but he played pretty good at the same time. But Sabonis, 20 and 26. You get 23 out of De'Aaron Fox, and again, that's all they need. They play so efficiently. They do exactly what's needed to win basketball games. Obviously, Jaren Jackson is all alone out there putting up 22. And I understand Damian Roddy's a really good hustle player and he can grab rebounds. But I'd expect more from him in the offensive end, especially. Like honestly, just start guys like Gigi Jackson or Matthew Hurt. Like, you have all sorts of different options out there to try out. You might as well experiment. You're not going to do much this year. So maybe try like a Gigi Jackson, put him in the starting lineup for the next game. I don't know. I really like Damian Roddy as a player, but it is what it is. Timberwolves, Thunder, this was probably one of the biggest games of the night. Obviously, so many implications here with the West on the line. Anthony Edwards scores 27. The Timberwolves beat the Thunder by 6 in a matchup of the Western Conference leaders. Yeah, this could be a huge matchup down the line. We could see a playoff series out of this. Shout out to my boy Ant up there. Great scoring from Anthony Edwards. They've been battling, they've been teetering, they've been going back and forth for that Western Conference title. And Timberwolves take it for now. Shai Gilgeous obviously played really good defense while also being crafty on the offense for the Thunder. But there was really not much he could do. I mean, you get 12 and 18 out of Rudy Gobert, made every shot he took. 21 and 10 for Karl Anthony Towns, shooting 50% from three. 27 for Anthony Edwards while shooting 60% from three, 50% overall. I mean, what are you supposed to do when those three guys are on their A game? It's quite insane. Yeah, Shea put up 37 while shooting 67% from three. And, you get 20 from Jalen Williams. He's hurt. Hopefully he's fine for the next game. He is super important to them. Lou Dort, like, what the hell, man? Why wouldn't a guy like Cason Wallace or Aaron Wiggins or Isaiah Joe at this point in the season start over him? He's like, oh, well, the defense. I don't care. If you can't produce substantially on offense, like, what is the point? I'm telling you, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, or Cason Wallace should get the call up at certain times and should definitely get more minutes. Like, it's so weird. They have a weird rotation. Obviously, this is a great team they're playing, but I kind of question that sometimes. Like, why is Lou Dort stay in the game so long when he's not really doing anything? I don't know. It is what it is. Obviously, some things that affect the game outside of the stat sheet. But moving on to the Wizards and the Spurs, we have the toilet bowl of the evening, pretty much. Two of some of the worst teams in the NBA. But Wizards rally in the final 6 minutes for a 5-point victory. They end the Spurs' very short-term win streak of just 2 games. Spurs were as momentous as they've ever been, and it was obviously ruined by a terrible team. Kyle Kuzma scoring the rock decently well and grabbing rebounds, and obviously Daniel Gafford doing the same, just doing enough to win the game. Obviously it was a choke. Wembanyama snatching the shot out of the air was absolutely incredible. It just shows what insane things you can do at that height. Daniel Gafford getting to the rack. I mean, despite Wemby being on the court, he's still able to get to the rim. Dominic Barlow making good passes for the Spurs. Trey Jones making good passes. I mean, the Spurs were moving the ball. They were having good offense this game. Julian Champagnie was hitting tough shots. But I don't know. I mean, Kuzma came out there 18 and 11. You get 16 and 13 out of Daniel Gafford, shooting 75%. So super efficient nights for both of those guys, and that's really all they needed to win the game. That's kind of how trash the Spurs are. Wembanyama came out, played good, 22 and 11. You get 24 out of Devin Vassell. You get 20 off the bench for Cedi Osman, who shot 67% overall. I don't know what happened. Jeremy Sohan is one of the most streaky. Like, he's starting to become one of the streakiest players in the NBA. I think guys like Dominic Barlow, guys like Doug McDermott, guys like Cedi Osman, guys like Keldon Johnson, all sorts of guys need to get more opportunities over him because he's just too streaky, and I don't know. I don't really understand it. It's kind of weird. Obviously, they're having a shitty season, and they don't expect to win much, but there's some weird rotational things with these teams. As we move into the last 2 games of the night, first we're going to talk about the Magic and the Mavs. I knew this was going to be a good game. It didn't disappoint. Luka Doncic and Tim Hardaway Jr. lead the Mavs past the Magic. They win by 2. Amazing scoring, amazing passing for Luka, and Tim Hardaway Jr. had an amazing scoring night as well. No Kyrie Irving on the court, no problem. Tim Hardaway Jr. steps in a role as a second scoring option and leads the way, and it does well at it. Obviously, Luka, huge night after huge night lately. I mean, it's almost like he should be MVP. Now, I'm still probably going to give it to Joel Embiid at this point in the season, and we'll go over when the time is right, the end of the year awards, but yeah, Luka, tough shots. They survived at the buzzer. It was close. They lost. The ball hit the rim, so they were pretty close to losing this game. But yeah, it was crazy. They purposely missed the free throw. Franz Wagner kind of went out, had this weird turnaround shot. It was super awkward. I don't know. Paulo Banchero was getting to the rim. Tim Hardaway Jr. was hitting tough shots. I mean, we know Tim Hardaway Jr. can be an amazing scorer, but I don't know. It's interesting. Paulo Banchero put up 36. He shot 50% from 3. I think he shot about 52% overall. 21 for Franz Wagner, shooting 50% overall. 20 points for Anthony Black off the bench. Huge performance. Made all 4 of the threes he shot. I will say, though, Jonathan Isaac getting hurt kind of ruined the momentum of things. Wendell Carter could have definitely did a little more on the offensive end. I could see them maybe giving some more minutes to Mo Wagner down the stretch over him. I don't know. Yeah, Jonathan Isaac getting hurt and Wendell Carter not quite playing as well as he should probably led to them losing. But no doubt it was a really, really good game for the Mavs. One of their best games of the season, shooting 62 and 48 splits. I mean, from the free throw line, I think they shot 74%, which isn't bad. But dude, Tim Hardaway Jr., 36. You get 20 and 11 from Derek Lively. You get 45 and 15 out of Luka Doncic. You get 20 points off the bench from Jalen Hardy, shooting 80% from three. It's just insane. So yeah, really good game for the Mavs. I have to give them all the credit they deserve there. Good stuff. Bucks and Nuggets. I knew this was going to be a good game. It sure as hell didn't disappoint. Nikola Jokic gets a triple-double. The Nuggets spoiled Doc Rivers' debut as the Bucks coach. I kind of forgot about that. They win by 6. Could we see the start of a bad run for the Bucks with a new coach? Maybe. It's going to take a lot to getting used to. But Doc Rivers saw the same thing coaching from the sideline as he did watching from his couch all season. A talented Milwaukee team that just needs a little more time to kind of get used to each other, kind of get acclimated to the new teammates. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. Obviously, they're playing fantastic, But the fact that the Celtics are better than them this year, I don't know, man. It's weird. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. They're well coached, whatever. DeAndre Jordan, nobody's talking about this. Giannis got dunked on, which isn't really a bad thing. It's like, okay, but yeah, Reggie Jackson provided some pretty solid offense for the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic was hitting tough shots. Jamal Murray was getting to the rim a lot and putting up some good offense for this team. I mean, this team is just a little too much, and they prove to be too much. Obviously Giannis put up 29 and 12, hit a big 3 down the stretch. But that's it. I mean, no one is out there producing. Malik Beasley's out there playing 30 minutes to get a couple buckets and play okay defense. I don't really know, man. I think maybe Pat Connaughton should get some more opportunities. He was a little more efficient when he was out there. I don't know. It's a really weird situation for this team. Obviously, looking at the Nuggets, 25, 12, and 16 for Jokic, which is absolutely insane. 35 points for Jamal Murray. Again, they just rely on that tandem, that duo. That's one of the better duos in the NBA. So, yeah, some pretty decent games on tomorrow as well. We obviously have the Pacers and Celtics, and then I'm pretty hyped for the Jazz and the Knicks because the Jazz have definitely elevated their level of play this season, and they can be considered a solid team in the NBA, which is crazy. And it's something no one really expected going into the season or like during the start of the season. But they turned it around. Obviously, Sixers Warriors will be a pretty fun one. And the Lakers are playing. I mean, it's fun to watch the Lakers play. It is. It's just a team kind of figuring stuff out. But yeah, we'll see. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tomorrow we are going to be. I'm getting my couple clips together from the conference championship round for the NFL, posting it. We're going to be doing a couple 2K gameplays this week.